Welcome. My name is Nicole Gerald, and I am so glad that you are joining me today for the fall equinox celebration. So, I was hoping to be able to do this live, but forgot that I'm actually going to be going downtown Denver tonight with my mama and seeing some live music. So, it's a little bit earlier, still on the equinox, and I hope that you enjoy this video. I'll leave it up for at least a couple of days so you can do it anytime, but I hope that you sit and do it on the equinox when the alignment of everything is just right. So, and I have, oh, she's putting her head down right as I was going to show you my little helper here. This is Coconut, Jute, my doggy, and got the other one right behind. So today I'd kind of like to start out, sometimes I like to start with just clearing a little bit of energy. So I have my supplies here, and if you want to pause and get some of your own supplies, you don't need anything, but definitely like a pen and a piece of paper or your phone to take some notes. We're going to be doing a little burning ceremony. If you have sage or a candle or anything like that, feel free to go get those. I have this really beautiful sage bundle that I got at that store in Littleton. It's called the Crazy Merchant, and it just smells so good. So I'm going to light that for everyone. And so when I light sage, I'm kind of, I feel like the smoke kind of represents connecting to like our ancestors, spirit guides. And so I'm just kind of clearing and asking that everyone that's watching this is like, if you're drawn to this must be for a reason. If you align with some of it or all of it, we're probably from the same soul tribe. And so just asking that this smoke is helping clear out any of the stuff that you need. And we're going to do this again midway through, and just opening up this space for you, and allowing yourself this time to really invest in yourself and just be here in the moment. So we're going to start with this. I'm just going to keep this going and just invite you all to just start to connect with your body a little bit. And we're going to do some deep breaths. And so when I do deep breathing, I always focus on putting my hand on my belly, right under my belly button, and taking some deep breaths from there. But any way that feels good, we're just going to do a couple deep breaths right now. Just allowing ourselves to be intentional with creating some space for ourselves to show up, and just noticing how we are feeling in our bodies, wiggling our feet, feeling our toes, the bottoms of the soles of our feet, and how that's connecting to the ground and the earth below. Noticing our legs and your butt on the couch or bed if you're sitting, that source of support. And noticing your tummy and chest, shoulders, arms and hands, head and neck pulled up to the sky. A few more deep breaths, just noticing your body. Noticing anything that's tense, anything that feels good and wants to move. And just notice how you're showing up in the world, showing up in your life. And just reflecting if that's authentic, if that feels good, how you're showing up in your life. Or if there's any desires or longings that you wish you were showing up differently. Or if it feels just really good being in your own skin right now. And then just allowing your body to move any way that feels good. And slowly just coming back, getting ready. So the fall equinox is such a cool time of coming into fall, which is the season for me of letting go. We have the leaves falling from the trees and starting to what's the word, not decompress, compost, basically, where the ground starts to smell fresh, right, or sweet with all the decomposition. So it's a time of letting go and endings of cycles, and also that's also composting that becomes fertilizer for the next time. And it's also a season of harvest where everything is really juicy right now. Things are just abundant in the natural world. There's lots of abundance on the trees, and everything's kind of fat and ready to harvest and to stockpile in order to go into the winter time, which is typically more of a season of resting and potentializing. So the first thing that we're going to do to kind of honor this transition is I want you to get out your pen and your piece of paper, or your phone, whatever you're going to be taking notes on, and I want you to do some soul searching and notice, like, write down, what do I want to be letting go of right now? And I'm going to do this with you. It could be you're letting go of a relationship right now. It could be you're letting go of patterns that don't serve you right now, patterns in relationships right now. It could be you're letting go of situations, people, a job. But just really notice, what are the things that I'm done with? What are the things that I want to recycle into something else that I really want to let go of? So I'm going to grab my pen here and paper. Actually, I think I need a pen. Be right back. Okay. Perfect. So just maybe 2 minutes. What are you letting go of? And feel free to write this in the comments, the things that you're letting go of, or maybe your top 3 things, top 4 things, because when we share what we're doing, it just magnifies it. When other people see it and we write it down, we're really committing to it. So if you're afraid to be the first one to write a comment, go for it. The first one is going to be setting the trend. So right below, manifest it, put it out there. What are the top 3 things, top 4 things you're going to be letting go of this fall season? I'm just smiling because it feels so good to think about letting this stuff go. Okay. I hope you're feeling the same. And this is a little tough to be like really honest. Like, okay. Okay. So let's just give everybody a couple moments. Finish up. So I hope that you read this out to your friends and family, people close to you, make comments about it. I have mine here, and I am just going to, I don't know if I'm going to fold it, but I'm going to get out my lighter. And I am going to burn this, and I invite you to burn yours with me. You know, make sure you have somewhere safe where you, if it goes up in flames, you're going to be okay and it doesn't burn anything. But I am releasing all of this stuff, and this is an active process. So one thing is just to acknowledge the things that I want to let go of, and the other is, how can I practice doing this every day? So I want you, as you're burning these, to be thinking about, okay, if I don't want to feel, if I let go of this pattern of being in this relationship where I give more than I take, how can I actually practice? What does it look like the opposite? How do I practice receiving more in relationships? How do I practice asking for what I need more in relationships? Whatever it is. So let's burn, baby, burn. Burn in. Oh yeah, this is nice. Letting it go. Yep. Oh. Perfect. And now I'm just going to make sure that this is still going, because we are just releasing all of that stuff. We're letting it go. Like leaves, it's becoming fertilizer for our next adventures, movements, creations. And now we're going to talk about harvest time. This is the season of harvest. So I invite you to really think about what you are harvesting in your life in this time. And it could be, now is probably not the super best time to be really doing a whole lot of like super manifesting work. And that's just because, number one, it's a season of harvesting and realizing what we've already been doing and allowing ourselves to actually drink in and slow down and enjoy that. But that allows us to get perspective. And not only that, we're in a retrograde of, I think, like 6 planets. And I don't know if you know anything about retrogrades or believe retrogrades, but typically it's not a real good time to be doing a whole lot of new things. It's more about tying up endings of things, and also in getting what you need in a weird way. So I know that's kind of weird, but for example, if there's some things in my life that are really difficult, and I'm just focusing on how to use those things and understand, in the past when I've gone through hard times, they have allowed me to grow tremendously, and there must be a reason why these things, not that like everything happens for a reason, but kind of embracing more positive mindset around them rather than getting stuck in fear or negativity, because that doesn't really help. So retrograde, a lot of times we're kind of facing maybe more challenging things or just weird things to move forward in our growth and development. But I would also invite you, in the spirit of fall, to think about the things that you're harvesting. And it doesn't have to be big things. Maybe even like taking yourself out to dinner. And I know there's been times in my life where maybe I'm super broke, and Del Taco used to have 3 tacos for $1.29, and I'd get 6 to kind of like stock up. So that was a whole meal for like, I think it was like $3.24. And there was a time when I would just get that once a week and celebrate it. Put it on your nice plates, or light a candle, or do whatever you need to do, but just enjoy what you have. It's not about going and spending $150, $200 on a dinner. It's about harvesting what's in your life right now, and realizing it. Maybe walking around and noticing the trees are full of fruit, and maybe finding a website where you can pick some of that fruit and just enjoy that. And it could be also just noticing hey, I've been drinking a lot of water and my skin's really nice right now. It feels really good, even though it's starting to dry out in this season. It could, but really acknowledging, sitting back and taking note of what are you harvesting. So let's take a minute and just acknowledge and write down the things that we are harvesting in our lives, and or the things that we want to be acknowledging in our lives. So it could be just looking back a year ago or 10 years ago, or looking back from where you've come. There are things, no matter who you are, where you're at, that you're harvesting. So let's take a minute and really acknowledge, what am I harvesting? What do I want to harvest this year? What do I really want to spend my time enjoying this fall? And it could just be pumpkin lattes. So this is a good time to just give yourself a pat on the back and acknowledge all the good stuff you're doing. We don't spend enough time doing that. Yeah. And we're going to also be thinking about the things we want to be harvesting. The little things that we're doing right now that are going to add up into our harvest next year. Okay. When you're ready with the things that you're harvesting, I want you to put that where you can see it every day. Every day, just give yourself a little pat on the back. Create those rituals of enjoying your harvest. You know, whether that is taking a bath and lighting candles, or getting a nice meal, or slowing down and meditating, or journaling, or going on a trip, whatever feels good. I want you to really enjoy your harvest. Okay, the last thing that I want to do with you guys is just pull a few oracle cards. These aren't tarot cards. These are just oracle cards. And just for this fall, what does this group need to know? Pop in. Ooh. Wow. I'm going to read this one and then go over the next ones. Coming to life. Interesting. It's almost... This is one of my favorite decks. Elena Fairchild. Such a bad... I'm just going to read it because I can't say it any better. You are the most sacred of all sacred artworks. You are bringing yourself to life now, and this is how it must be. Of course, something being essential doesn't mean it will be easy. You must support yourself and have courage during this process. Your monkey mind is not to run the show. It might have a lot to say, and at times it seems very convincing, but it is not the one in charge. Your mind can inspire you with ideas. However, it's the real you that speaks through your rebellious, sacred heart and is living your life, not the monkey mind. The mind is not much more than a swirling cacophony. You know what that is. I don't, but you do. cacophony of habitual reactions. Beneath habitual thoughts, there is a deep, sensual, creative, and energetic awakening happening to you. It is far beyond what the mind is now capable of controlling. Others might not like it because it shakes things up. Coming to life tends to do that. However, it is happening now, and the only real choice you have is how to deal with it. Coming to life means feeling. It means bringing joy, but it could equally bring sadness, rage, or fear. It could bring all of these things and more. Feelings will come and go swiftly when allowed to flow. You might need to paint, write, enact, ritual, sing, or dance your feelings to help the energy flow. Don't hold back. Create the space for yourself to do it. In this process, you are uncovering the artistry of the universal creator. You're honoring the sacredness of life by exploring it without restraint, and that includes the flow of your feelings. You don't have to do anything with them other than express. You may want to analyze or you may not. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're getting in touch with feeling. Learning how to assess your feelings allows you to learn how to access your intuition, creative inspiration, and genuine internal guidance. These aspects flow from the same place and are often couched within your feelings in the form of emotions as well as physical sensations. The journey underneath the mind and into essential emotional connection with your feelings, emotions, and body is for a sacred purpose. It is part of your path. You are one of the sacred but powerful minority that have chosen to come into a body and live consciously within it. That may seem like it applies to everybody, but when you experience it for yourself, you will realize that this is actually rather rare. There are plenty of bodies without a spirit really residing within to care for, love, and honor them as a sacred animal. Fortunately, this minority is powerful enough, and it can keep human culture in balance, but only just. We need every single one of us that is capable to be aware of the task and move beyond the mind and into the body. This is especially so if you have drawn the oracle of beyond the mind, the heart that beats. You may feel drawn to the guidance of that oracle once you have completed the healing process below. To come into your sensuality, you will need to anchor your experiences. You may be blessed with relationships that are conscious enough to be interested in your journey and in a constructive rather than controlling or undermining way. If so, talk, converse, share. If not, then you will need to be a little more resourceful in how you support yourself through your awakening, at least until you attract some more conscious connections into your life. It is likely that these connections are already on their way just because you're working with the energy in this oracle deck. This is especially so if you have drawn these other cards. You can support your own process by scheduling a time for yourself and keeping to it like you would the most important date with destiny. So get to writing in your journal, do your dance, paint your pictures, create your creations, be kind to your body, listen to it, and let it be alive. Even in times of pain, know that there will be ecstasy and bliss as the process of healing and awakening continues. Don't imagine you can go back to sleep. You are far too awake for that now. There's no falling into old ways. You may grieve. You will certainly eventually celebrate. You have crossed the threshold from an old way of being in an old life, and try as you may, you cannot return. It's better to let it go. Grieve if need be. Celebrate if need be, or do both. This is an adventure awaiting you. You need a deeper connection for your own instincts, body, feelings, and intuitions so that you receive this new calling. You can trust in it too. Embrace it and it will embrace you. Healing process. Lie quietly and play some beautiful music that you love. Allow it to move through your body. And as the sound is pure energy and you are light as air, let the sound feel good. Let your cells receive the sound energy. Feel the music rattle about in your body. as if the sound waves are making every cell vibrate. They are. Let there be life. Get up and move if you wish. If you have emotions arising, be with them and don't hold on to it. Let it rise and fall with you. Be in this process as long as feels right for you. Feeling you have had enough indicates you have completed the healing process. You may wish to repeat this exercise daily for several weeks. Cool. I feel like that's perfect. Of just kind of letting go. We started with letting go of the old patterns and coming into the harvest of even, I think with this card, there's being alive and acknowledging dancing and movement, music and painting and those beautiful things of being alive that we're all harvesting. Cool. Keep popping on the floor. Ooh. I'm going to pick one from this and maybe one from this. Oh, there they go. Okay, here we are. We are getting some really cool cards. All right, this is so beautiful. Miracles. Ancient wisdom. The High Priestess of ancient society holds the spark of human consciousness between her fingers. Gathering the energy of the heaven above and connecting to the resonance of earth below. She aligns these powerful frequencies. She is priestess of mysteries, representing miracles, divinity, and magical wisdom and power. Ancient societies vibrated at a frequency powerful enough to build miraculous structures, arranged in formations designed to direct massive amounts of energy. They reveal the magical feats available by harnessing the power of ancient wisdom and knowing. This card tells you that you have the ability to approach your life in this profoundly aligned way. You are moving toward a time when miracles of every nature can be manifested. In fact, they are your birthright. Great accomplishments are yours when you let go of the striving and open yourself to ancient wisdom. Blue Reiki light radiates around this medicine woman, indicating that upcoming miracles may include healing. You have the wisdom to reestablish order physically, mentally, and emotionally. Practices such as yoga, dance, tai chi, walking in nature, focus on serenity will power your consciousness. Affirmation: I receive and accept the wisdom and power of the ancient societies, truly expecting miracles that are appearing in my life. Aww. For real, you are here for a reason. We are all co-creating, co-manifesting, all this good stuff. I'm so glad that this community of people is coming together to create and support each other. If you all are interested, if this stuff aligns with you, I run some groups. I have a women's group starting next month at the beginning of October. And also do like an intro into spirituality group or other types of groups. If you are interested, subscribe to my email below or email me if you're interested in the women's group. The last two cards are just kind of going with the same thing here. A time of really healing. So we have the Wizard, spiritual impeccability, and the Spiral. And it looks like the Spiral is also on this Wizard card, and I'm going to read them really quick because I know everybody's got places to go, things to do, and I appreciate you spending so much time with me. And I hope next time we can do this live. Reveals your potential. This is the Wizard. Don't be tempted by ego. I think that's what the last one said. Actions taken now will yield powerful results. Okay, and the Spiral. Attraction. Attraction, release, movement. Indicates a time to draw towards you what you need in order to progress. Treat life as a dance. At the moment, combination of growth and rest. Perfect. Yep. It sounds like all the messages are the same. Let go, start new, enjoy dancing, movement, creation, the harvest of life and physical reality, everything you're creating. So, thank you so much for spending this time. Add comments, questions, join my YouTube, subscribe if you would like. All right, take care.